Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Um, we left off on quite the quite the quite the scene, to say the least. As you can see, Herlock has died. Time to have a rave. Man, what's gonna happen next? I wonder. At least normally, I like to finish scenes off, but I don't know. I was just so flummoxed from the last episode. Just so much crazy, hard to believe shit, and then that ending was just, oof, oh boy. But well, anyway, never. I actually didn't say it, did I? No, I said he's dead before, and then yeah, because he got knocked the fuck out, and now, yeah, he's on. I guess we see what happened to Dr. Mihotaba, by the way. Oh, Hurley, I told you not to open it. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, because we're still technically in the dance of deduction. So we actually got to wrap this up and then see what, figure out what the fuck is going on, basically. Ah! In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is... somewhat different to the usual dance of deduction that you perform with Mr. Sholmes, isn't it? Yeah, because Mr. Sholmes is not currently with us anymore. Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. Okay, it's not literally a real dance, guys. It's metaphorical. Come on. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this for my own peace of mind. Also, you have to forgive me. I'm enjoying a bit of tea, so if you hear anything weird. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so... You mean you don't actually know the answer yet? Despite that knowing point of the finger before. Also, like... this is a sidebar, but, if we assume that these dances of deductions are, happening in real time, what exactly is going on when, Ryunosuke and Susato are... when, like, time stops, and they're just discussing, what to present or what to do next? Like, are they just having, like, a knowing glance to each other, and, like... the sentiments are being conveyed through that, or what? Like... And really that could apply to any of the dances of deduction where time stops, and you have to correct whatever Sholmes is saying. Because, again, it's happening in real time. It's not like Ryunosuke can just stop time on a whim. Mr. Zato, sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later. I bet they do. Talk about fucking wise words for life from Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, well, if you say so. I think we'd better examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then. Okay, what is the reason for your silence? Let's see. Oh, let's see, skirt. I don't know. Yeah, what about the skirt? Iris always dresses in these frilly clothes, doesn't she? I always thought that this skirt is rather delightful. It's pretty sizable with all those frills. Sizable enough for a sizable secret. You seem to be rather fond of that idea. But you certainly can't go investigating further. Does it look like that's what I was thinking of? Yeah, don't want the yeah. It's best not to pursue that line of thought any further, fellas. Now then, let's look at the actual relevant thing here. That's a key she's holding. Look! I'm sure that wasn't in our hands before, was it? No, you're quite right. It appeared, as if by magic, Oh shit, was Iris actually a descendant of Trucy this whole time? Or ancestor to Trucy this whole time? That's strange. A big old iron key. Where did it materialize from? Hey, now I can see those dolls they were talking about that I couldn't really see before. Isn't that adorable? Anyway, yeah, key. Yeah, take the fucking key. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back. Ah! When Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before. Oh yeah, let's relive that, casual moment. Just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. Oh, that's why she couldn't talk. Like, she literally couldn't talk because she had the key in her mouth. Huh. That something is a key now in your hands. No doubt, the key to the chest. Yeah, obviously. You're so clever, Rono. You're damn right. So now it becomes clear. Thanks to Mr. Sholmes' graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here. But Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest, only to be punched into the air. And land sprawled on the settee. But wait! That doesn't explain all the facts! What about the stylish scarf and the cup of tea? And above all, why would he be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask? That's a good question. Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Sorry. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah. Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. Oh. I see. I see what went down. When Professor Mikotoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside, the mask was flung into the air, just as he was, only to land neatly on his face when it fell back down. And the teacup's journey through the air ended when it caught on the unconscious professor's finger. Yeah? You mean to say the stylish scarf is actually just a tablecloth? Yeah. That sounds about right. This is the Great Detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous deductions. Would you expect anything less? Well, it was nice to see them actually, Ryunosuke and Susato doing the pose together. It normally doesn't go like that, so that was neat. But also, man, that's, and people say Turnabout Big Top has, you know, relied on a set of coincidences. But that's a lot of miraculous occasions happening all at once. But then again, this is being played for laughs, so I guess it's okay. What do you gotta say to that, Iris? Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Runo! Haha, you know it. Thus concludes Ryunosuke's Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle. Oh, look at him. He looks so fucking proud to be doing the point and whatnot all by himself without Herlock there. What a good boy. Oh, how did we, wait, I guess Sholmes' cup was also on the table? And because, like, how did his cup get broken? So then, why don't I make a fresh pot of tea for us all? Oh, what now?
Objection!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn, Holmes, you fucking, you recover fast from being knocked the fuck out. An admirable performance, Mr. Naruhodo. But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance. What do you mean? What did I miss? Everything's fucking fine and dandy. Mr. Sholmes? Also, don't fucking upstage me. This is my big moment. This is my great deduction, you son of a bitch. If you would cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Iris, clearly you're hiding a great secret. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's true. Well, I guess we kind of forgot about that. Ah, she is? From the look on her face. Mr. Schultz must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet. Okay, that's a screen crack. I mean, we've seen Sholmes do that pose before, but him looking like down at Iris like that, like, I feel like you could screen cap that or have it as like a reaction image or something, you know? Like, I feel like if you took the text out and you just had like these two, you could do some kind of, yeah, like GIF or reaction image or something, meme, out of that. So, I put it to you again. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. Yeah, this is like a 3-part deduction at this point. It really is a shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup. It must have been smashed when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest. Oh dear. So many things seem to have been broken here. But now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore. In other words, her great secret is something else. Let's put her observation skills to work here one final time then. You are attempting to abscond with... Oh, yeah, that's clever. That actually, I didn't notice. I would not have noticed that at first. Like most of these dance introductions, like it just kind of requires scrolling around eventually. But this actually blends in rather nicely. But actually, but still, I want to examine and look at the optional dialogue first. Still sue me. Mr. Sholmes' favorite cup, or what's left of it, just a handle. It was obviously held into the air, along with Professor Mikotoba. If only it had been this cup that had caught in his finger before it hit the floor. Yes, but anyway, whatever Iris is trying to hide, it's clearly not this handle. Surely this time, at last, the knapsack is going to be the answer. I'm really not sure why you're so intent on showing Iris's back to be complicit in these events. Because it's a sizable... It's a sizable bag, big enough for a sizable... Big enough to carry things around, Mr. Naruhodo. That's what bags are for. So, the knapsack might never see the limelight, you mean? I really wouldn't like to say. See? That's why it's worth clicking on everything, because, again, you get funny exchanges, like Ryunosuke really wanted to present the knapsack. Anyway, what's this about, though? Ah, look! There seems to be more papers there. Is Iris trying to hide them underneath the tray? The insignia, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an official Scotland Yard document. What? But why would Iris have... We must ask her. An official Scotland Yard document? Indeed.
Take that!
Yeah. Show me about that case file, lady. You can't hide that shit from my prying eyes. My observational skills are without fail. You were attempting to abscond with that case file. Iris, I that you know very well. Nothing escapes the attention of a great detective. Or a great lawyer. Oh no! We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. Oh, jeez. And Dr. Corey informed us that the autopsy report of Clint Van Zykes had gone missing. Yeah, don't look at me like that, lady. Clint Van Zykes. Yes, I do seem to recall that some years ago I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris? I see, right here. We're finally getting back to that. I see. You mean it was you, Iris? Those papers you had there, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Oh, you don't gotta cry. It's not a big deal. Well, I mean, it's a big deal, but you know, it's okay. All right, now the deduction is complete. Elementary indeed. But you know, we never answered the most pressing question. Who put the gramophone on? You know, we didn't, did we? I don't think we solved that. In truth, I would like to have thought I could have predicted the booby-trapped chest. But it caught me completely off guard. I was very nearly the late consulting detective Herlock Sholmes. But also, how did you recover so quickly while Mikotoba is still knocked the fuck out? When he got hit before, you know? I'm sorry, Hurley. So you mean this autopsy report really is? Yes, I took it from the lab. Even though I knew it was very important. Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris? Not exactly something that troubled me. Something I'd been looking for. When I saw this report, when I saw the writing in it, I knew it was Daddy's. The writing? Your father's writing. What do you really mean? Well, yeah, because, Dr. Wilson was the one who did the autopsy reports, and if he was the one who wrote the stories, then I assume she could recognize the handwriting. Iris? It must be something that's harder to talk about. Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows. Mr. Sholmes, what is it? What are we doing about the unconscious gentleman in the room? I feel as though the poor unconscious gentleman on the settee has been somewhat forgotten. Yeah, that is your dad, says Otto, come on. The father. Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Naruhodo, yeah? Would you be so kind as to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel. Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up. So will I. No, I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. We wouldn't want Iris's brew to stew. I mean, isn't that how tea works normally? You let it steep for a while. Because there's no better way to make the professor comfortable than dragging him upstairs like a trunk. Oh, poor Professor Mikotoba. I wonder, perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Sholmes is making himself scarce to give Iris a chance to talk more freely. Maybe. We must use this opportunity to talk with Iris and find out what's going on. Your daddy? Yeah, let's... see. Would you like to tell us about it, Iris? About your father? I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner. Yes, and the notes about all the cases they solved are kept together inside that metal chest. That's right. Hurley told me, you see. He said that Daddy's somewhere far away now, so we can't meet. That's one way of describing it. Then, when I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside, I started to build up a picture in my head of what Daddy must be like. Well, that's only natural, I suppose. You're just like any other girl of your age. I mean, yeah, but despite her, you know, her rather, intelligent, her bright nature and, you know, intelligence, she is still this 10-year-old girl, so she's very, you know, I can understand having, being, you know, curious about what your father would be like, especially if you never met them before, and all that. I read that Daddy was a professor of medical science, so I studied and took my degree too. Well, that's only natural, I suppose. In that respect, you're not quite like any other girl of your age, though. Well, yeah, that part's not quite as natural, but hey, you're smart. It's you know, nothing to be ashamed of. But there was one thing that I could never find out. Daddy's name. His name wasn't anywhere in any of the notes that he'd made about his work with Hurley. But then one day, that's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right? Yes. So it was the handwriting on the report that caught her eye. Yeah, so yeah, about what I figured. When I saw the writing on that report, I could hardly believe it. I know that handwriting, I thought to myself, because it was the same as the writing you'd seen on your father's case notes. Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I needed to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away. And even worse, I was told that was the first and last time we'd be allowed even to look at it there. So you decided to steal it. When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's. And the signature of the coroner at the bottom of the autopsy report read Dr. John H. Wilson. So that's how I finally found out. I learned Daddy's name at last. I see. Ever since then, I've called myself Iris Wilson. And that's also when I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. I decided there and then that I'd write The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Oh, Iris, I had no idea the stories had quite such a deep personal significance for you. Aw. Yeah, I do, well, it's kind of sweet in that way when you think about it. I mean, the fact she decided to call herself Iris Wilson, I just kind of assumed that was her last name. But the fact that she assumed that name, just, you know, to be closer to her, you know, her dad and stuff, I don't know, I can understand her position, at any rate. I can see now why the autopsy report was so important to her. And why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands on it. Yeah, Stealing is still a crime. But, you know, I'm sure we can, overlook this one time. I must apologize, Iris. Who's speaking? It was Herlock. Sorry. Yeah, there was a text box, so I didn't know. Yeah, this is really all my fault. Hurley? I made a promise, you see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret. I know. I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Corey and apologize, I promise. Well, hopefully she'll be understanding and not, like, report you to the police. Because I don't know if we can defend you in court for that one, Chief. Yes. We'll go together, I think. Then, let me look after it for you until we get there. Yeah, because we still want to look at it, you know? I mean, besides the fact that it was stolen, like, it might be relevant to our interests as well. We'll just hold on to it for a spell. I must go and water my herbs, I think. I'll see you all later. Poor Iris. She must be feeling awful. She must be feeling awful. I know Mr. Sholmes is here for her, but still. What? How? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? What about me? I'm the evidence boy. I'm the one who wins. Oh, dear me. So, you've noticed, I see. Well, notice what? Let me see, goddammit. Okay, autopsy report, Clint Van Zeeks, age 33. Time of death, May 31st, between 9 p.m. and midnight. John H. Wilson. Let's see, observations. Death from a single stab wound to the heart. Other superficially external wounds, indicative of a duel. Oh, with swords? Additional notes. Wait, sorry. I read that twice. Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring fingers of the right hand, but no document in corresponding ink was found. Let's see. Autopsy reports. Findings. Vital evidence recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit to Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for the autopsy procedure. No internal trauma rooted anywhere in the body. I mean, that seems about what we heard before, wasn't it? So, it's weird you say no internal trauma, but then you say death from a stab wound to the heart. That seems like a trauma to me. But, okay, but that would mean... What on earth's the matter, Mrs. Otto? You've turned as white as the sheet. It says autopsy report, Mr. Naruhodo. The one from 10 years ago. Yeah? The writing isn't Dr. Wilson's at all. What do you mean? It says Dr. John Wilson right there. Honest. And it says coroner, Dr. John H. Wilson. What do you mean, Chief? Huh? What do you mean? How could you possibly know that? Because I know this writing very well. This writing, it's my father's. Oh. Yeah. You would know your own dad's writing, I suppose. What? What? Professor Mikotopa's? Indeed. It's true. And now you know, my dear fellows. No, I don't know anything. I'm a stupid motherfucker. What on earth does all this mean, Mr. Sholmes? Because the idea that's slowly forming in my mind, it's just too extraordinary to believe. Please, you have to explain. Well, let's see. If the writing that was on the autopsy report was actually Professor Mikotopa's, and it matched the writing of the case notes of Herlock and the guys you know, case study into the report and stuff, then, well, damn. That means that, you know, Dr. John H. Wilson wasn't his partner at all. I mean, I mean, if you think about it, the only conclusion you can draw is that this guy, Professor Mikotoba, was Herlock's actual partner during those cases. Huh. Not gonna say, or well. That's Well, well, that means that. Wait, no. That means that John H. Wilson isn't Iris' father at all. Because if the writings was actually Professor Mikotoba, and don't tell me fucking Mikotoba was getting down in London, fathering children and shit. Goddamn, pal. Well, okay. That's actually a series of revelations that I'm not sure how to contend with. But okay, I think we'll leave things off for now. Next time, we'll definitely we need to get the straight poop from Herlock about all this business. And I guess we'll just have to go from there. But until then, I guess I'll see you around.